Okay, you guys are going to notice I'm in a bit of a rush today because we are going to the only gaming facility probably close to me in this part of Ohio. It is the 1LIFE2PLAY gaming facility in Parma, which is a sort of, actually wait, it's a fro looking thing. So it's one of the few gaming facilities that I know of that isn't at a college like some of the ones in Akron or at my old college Bowling Green was. Looking at some of the pictures online, it's got a lot of cool stuff. So we're bringing my controller, my Battle Beaver, we're bringing my Team War headset, and I'm rocking my hoodie. Gotta represent. It's gonna be a fun time. So I'm gonna go say goodbye to Jasmine and we're gonna go on the road. So the reason we're checking this out today is I thought it would be a lot of fun to show you guys what a legitimate gaming facility. Well, I guess a gaming facility is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but you can go here publicly and play video games for, I don't know how much it costs actually. One of my friends over at eFuse knows the owner, so I guess we'll probably find out when we get there. I'm actually running a few minutes behind. It is 3:05 in the evening, or in the afternoon right now. Got to meet her there at 3:15. So yeah, running just a tiny bit behind. Into the Batmobile we go. I need to clean this sucker out, dude. So wait, Elise, are you okay with cameras? Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Been here?
Yeah. It's like the last location. This is great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll show you around.
Holy good. Yeah.
We're gonna be changing some things though. But,
Where are you gonna be changing?
go to the bar in the back.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, this is sick. I've never been anything to anything like this. Well, I used to coach competitive Call of Duty in college, and we had our own gaming facility in my college, but that was the extent of it.
I gotta get that.
Yeah, no, you're good.
This is sick.
Oh, you got merch.
Oh yeah, they do have merch.
So they do, like, you can play by the hour
Okay.
and like pay. It's like $8 for like a single hour, and then it gets cheaper as you like buy more hours. And
Gotcha,
then, or you
okay.
can do like private rentals. So I'm pretty sure you can do like the birthday parties and like the private outing.
That makes sense, yeah.
Where it used to be just that white room back in Westwood.
Yeah.
But now it's 16 gamers can fit in here, 12 PCs.
Whoa.
On the multiplayer side. So birthday parties, little corporate outings that come up here.
That's awesome.
We have this bachelor parties too. Actually.
Oh, I might have my bachelor party here. Wait a minute. So one of the first things you'll notice as soon as we enter the facility are all the different gaming stations, and unfortunately the audio is a little choppy in this part of the video, and actually throughout certain parts of it I'm basically going to have to narrate and kind of discuss what was talked about, just because it's so loud in here. Honestly, there's a lot of 8-bit music playing in the background that just kind of takes up everything, but we do learn a little bit of the history about this location. It's been around for a few years now. There are a variety of different rooms that you'll see later in the video that are good for like teams playing against each other or parties. They sell merchandise. They've got a whole bunch of insane and different stations. A lot of the computers are built with, I think he said 2070 or 2080 Supers. I believe that's their graphics cards, obviously. And there's also a cat that likes to hang out and just roam the facility, you know, so honestly, Elisa and Helena were excited, so was I. The cat's pretty friendly. He's a people cat, you know. I had to get a little low to make sure I didn't scare him, but the cat just hangs out. And for this particular area over here where that monitor or where that big TV is, there's plans to construct a bar, an area where you can have drinks and just kind of have fun. You know, obviously that's going to be more for the adults that attend this facility. But there are a bunch of renovations that are going to be taking place within this place. So what's over there in the VIP section, if you don't mind me asking? So the VIP section is basically going to be an area where they're going to have a back entrance to the bar that they're going to be building in the facility, and I'm just kind of chiming in right here because the audio didn't really pick up properly throughout the recording, mostly because my camera doesn't have like an external microphone that you can plug into it. But there's going to be a whole bunch of setup for this place when the renovations are kind of done to this area.
We have more furniture that we got it stored in the back studio right now, but we got more furniture to bring out. We had a little private bar back here and everything too, so it's just a nice little space just to keep
Wow, you're so much space. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, later it'll be a walk-in cooler and the taps will be on that side. Nice. That floating wall comes down.
I think that's so smart to have a bar room. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So this section of the facility is basically going to be used as a studio for some of the podcasts that they're going to be working on. The owner of this location, Larry, the guy in the red that's in this video, runs a podcast. They plan on using this particular room as a spot for that podcast, pretty much. So they're going to do a bunch of setup. They're going to get a bunch of cameras kind of placed around the entire spot. And yeah, they're going to be using this area for the podcast. And the next area that we're going to be taking a look at is actually Larry's office in particular.
Front office.
Nice.
Then my office will become another podcast studio, but it's
That's so cool.
it's an office now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait a minute. Whoa.
I gotta put it. It might go somewhere along the bar and stuff. Although,
Can we take a look around?
yeah, you can pick
If
it
you
up.
don't mind.
It's kind of like. It's
Just curious.
Wow.
So do you own this place?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a couple partners.
Gotcha.
We're trying to grow up now, so that's the biggest thing. We've been here for too long. Like last one was longer, just under 2 years. Then here we're in our third year now, so it's like we have to do some other things.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
You guys want to hang out and play
Yeah,
games?
we'll buy an hour or two. So
Yeah.
I'll go. Let's go square.
Okay, so email address, Miss Elise.
Sure. It's Mary Middleton@gmail.com.
This is so sick. This chair is comfy. Wow.
And you just put in that gamer tag and leave the password blank, and then it'll prompt you to create a password. Type it twice.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you guys see games and apps.
And as always, I want to say thank you for inviting me to really cool things. Because every time I hang out with you, it's always something cool. Every single time. It's never boring.
Never a new experience.
Gotta make sure I get like a little bit of branding and stuff in there.
I got you.
That's what
I'm gonna do a couple different shots.
Thank you. I got one on the right side too. I don't know what's a good shot. This is awesome. we only have what, like 2 hours?
Yeah, I probably won't take that much time. I just wanted to check it out.
That's fair. Okay. I think I'm good on that. Unless you want to keep going.
No, you're good. I'm gonna do a couple different shots.
Wait, where did you find Discord? I'm being completely.
Oh, you're good. Apps up at the top. Yeah.
This is so awesome. Gotta represent.
Nice. You wanna play some Overwatch today?
Yeah, I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed right now.
Yeah, we're in.
I have never played. I haven't played Overwatch in a couple of years, so don't have any expectations out of me. Helena is locked in. She's already locked in. Look at that. Same with Elise. Elise, you locked in? Wait, can we stream here?
Sure.
Because I just noticed we have OBS. Unfortunately, I got cursed with having to update Warzone because I signed it with my actual account. So we ball in about 20 minutes. So, how many kills do you think you're gonna get today?
Over under is 20 and a half.
Okay, that's confidence. So while I waited for my game to upload, we got in the Discord with a few friends, and I got a chance to just sit here, watch Helena and Elise, you know, just go to town on some Warzone, get a few dubs. You know, they won like 12 or 13 games in a row, got about 1,000 kills each. It was a good time. It was a really good time. One of the cool things about this place too are these head-to-head stations that have all types of consoles. They have Xboxes, PlayStations, and Nintendo Switches. So if you want to kind of go head-to-head with, you know, friends or some other random unfortunate opponent, you kind of have that option. This place is a lot of variety. It's very rare to find places like this, honestly, in Ohio, but I guess if you look hard enough, you'll find them. I'm just going hard on some Warzone right now, killing it. Elise is over here playing a little bit of RuneScape. Grinded. I haven't touched RuneScape in years, actually. Alright, so I figure we might as well set the camera up and get a few nice shots of what it kind of looks like from the perspective of the player. Unfortunately, the white balance of my camera decided to go a little haywire, so everything looked a little bit more brighter than it probably should have in this area, but the room is also very well lit, or the facility is very well lit, so you shouldn't have too many problems with visibility while you're kind of sitting here just going to town on whatever game you're playing. I decided to play some Call of Duty Warzone because, as we all know, I do make a lot of Call of Duty content on both of my YouTube channels, so it just seemed kind of fitting, you know. I go from home to basically home. One of the fun things about this was just having a new setup, a new environment to kind of play around on. And one day in the future, since I do know we have OBS on these computers, I plan on streaming on one of them. I'm going to talk to the owner of the facility. I actually became pretty decent friends with him with our talks that we had while I was here, and I think he'd be okay with that. Here's another perspective of the entire gaming setup that I was sitting at right here. Just kind of a little bit of a back view, you know. We got the Cobra E-Blue Pro Gaming seats. These chairs are actually really comfortable, surprisingly. Most gaming chairs are really not as comfortable as a lot of the companies make them out to be, so I was very pleased at how these felt sitting in them, honestly. I had to set up my entire Modern Warfare account, reset all my keybinds, change up my sound settings, kind of change the graphic settings around a little bit so I could stop, you know, stuttering, because running Modern Warfare, or Warzone to be precise, on max graphic settings takes a pretty powerful rig, to be perfectly honest. Most of the machines here have, I believe, 2060 GPUs in them. I will be able to show some of the specifications because they do actually have a graphic that shows up on one of the bigger monitors, kind of showing what most of the PCs kind of consist of. Emphasis on most. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, 1LIFE2PLAY offers a variety of different events, from cosplay nights to actual esports events for different teams, for mostly colleges like CSU, Kent State, or even Akron, to have their own little LAN parties and play against each other, which is honestly one of the coolest things ever. Having an entire dedicated LAN center to esports is kind of crucial to the health of the esport. For those that don't know, playing online matches competitively, even yes for a video game, can be kind of annoying depending on really where you're playing from. Some people are playing from their homes, depending on what teams, I guess, or what kind of league they're participating in, while others, like my team at BGSU, were actually to play at legitimate gaming facilities or gaming centers. While our opponents weren't on the same network as we were, it still made for a better environment for us. We could communicate with each other a little bit better, we had better internet connections, and overall it was just a healthier environment. But in the case of this facility, being able to play your opponents face to face basically guarantees that everybody's playing on the exact same network with the exact same connection, and it kind of leaves a little bit of room for some smack talk, but there are no excuses for this. Alright, Helena and her lady just left. So it's pretty much going to be me for the rest of this time. Like I said, I didn't know Ohio had places like this. Crazy being an Ohio-born native, but I truly didn't know Ohio had places like this. So this is really cool, man. And I hope I got some good footage for this video. But I think this was a lot of fun. I think this was really a lot of fun. Honestly, think about to hop on a ship and play a little bit of that. I'm just trying to finish leveling up some guns, finish getting my camel challenges done, and have fun with it. Helena and Elise went to go about their day. They had a bunch of other errands to run, so I decided to kind of hang out and just play a little bit of Call of Duty. I had about an hour left. Figured I might as well take advantage of it. Helena did pay for this, so thank you, Helena. So in the next section of this video, we're actually going to be talking to Larry, the owner of 1LIFE2PLAY. We're just going to kind of go over the history of the facility and some of Larry's favorite things about the facility and just a little bit about himself. So this is the owner of the place. What's your name? I'm sorry. Larry. Nice to meet you, man. So, like, what kind of inspired you to, like, go for a place like this? I can tell you're already a gamer from the office back
That's
there.
kind of a long story, but I guess maybe over a decade ago I started podcasting about games.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to make video games, and I tried to kind of get, like, that sort of
Did you go to, like, to college for it, kind of?
I tried to go to college for it, and I found out that's not what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be around games, so I started working at this company called Microsoft.
Yeah, this so-called infamous company called Microsoft. Yeah.
They kind of showed me a lot of what was coming in the future of gaming in terms of, like, esports and gaming as a community.
Yeah.
Being at events and being around gaming in a social way instead of just playing games at home. So
right.
Through my podcast and all that, I just had a vision of, like, what if there was this place that you could just go and they had all the games you ever wanted to play.
So wait, are you from Ohio?
Yeah, I was born in Milwaukee. I was raised in Cleveland.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm from the area. I thought it would be very nice for Northeast Ohio. I grew up a tech centric community. So having a place like this inside of Northeast Ohio, I always thought was going to be pretty cool.
And I always hope they keep bringing. I hope we get more places like this, really, because Ohio has been a historic place for like esports. You know, Columbus especially. So it's kind of nice to see Cleveland or areas near Cleveland get places like this.
Yeah, for where we start, from where we've been in business for just about 5 years now, and seeing places like the Cleveland Public Library support esports, Cleveland Cavaliers with Cavs Legion supporting esports, and then all the other pop-ups of small businesses that run esports and LAN centers in the area too. It's really great to be able to see people can get out, play games, meet other people, have a good time, and business can still be built around it too.
Cool, man. So out of everything that you've built here, what's your favorite part about the facility? Is it the PCs? Is it the environment? The kind of people you bring in?
I think it's the people I meet. Finding and talking to different gamers. Everybody has the game that they love. A friend of mine just came in and brought a partner too, and she's playing RuneScape. See old classic games and different things that people enjoy about gaming. That's probably the best thing I get out of it, being able to be in the middle of it all and be able to provide somebody with the opportunity to play something new, something different, something they enjoy.
So it was a lot of this, when you set it up, was is this all paid for by yourself, or is mostly sponsored kind of content? I'm going to assume sponsored because there's a lot of Omen PCs.
No, I mean we went out and got our partnerships that we needed to do, got the licensing that we needed to be able to build a facility that that catered to the best of gaming. So you might see there are HP Omen PCs. There's no sponsorship involved in that. We just went and got the best gaming PCs that we knew we could find and afford, and that would do what we wanted them to do in terms of being there for the casual gamer, then being there for that pro gamer too.
Right. Okay. Have you ever had any pro teams come here?
Yeah, we've had tons of pro teams. We get a lot of college collegiate teams like Miami University, Kent State University comes out, Cleveland State University. We get pro players like Dimes that plays in the 2K League. They come out to practice as well. We get some pro fighters. Cosmos in the Smash community, he's been out here quite a few times too. So we find a lot of pro players, pro teams. We have a team of our own that plays League of Legends, and we have some pro players in certain fighting games that we support as well.
That's awesome. Wow. Well, so how long did it take to get this place together?
Well, we started off in Westlake, Ohio, which is probably about 30 minutes from here.
Near Mentor, or am I thinking Eastlake? I'm thinking Eastlake.
You're thinking of Eastlake. Yeah, we're on the west side, so just past North Olmsted.
Right,
we started there at about 4,000 square feet. We had 12 PCs at the time. We found that most of our community was coming from this Brooklyn, near West Side Cleveland area. We wanted to get more central to the east side of Cleveland as well. So
that makes sense,
It was a good location. So now we're sitting in just under 12,000 square feet of space. And we've been here for about 3 years. So the design of both our Westlake location and this location was mine. It was centered around the fact of being able to support team play. So as you can see, at our PC pit, we got them squared out 6x6 or 6x2, so you get a full team inside of it. Games like Rocket League, we support those in the PC pit too, where you see sections of 3.
Right.
We got our head-to-head set up when it comes to competitive play, so you're always playing your opponent across from you instead of next to you.
I bet that's great for trash talk.
Great for giving dap too, afterwards. So it's really important to understand that, when you're a professional gamer, you look for a certain quality, you look for certain aspects of the venue to be in. But when you're a casual gamer, you just really look for, is it fun? Is it for me? You don't want to be too intimidated. So that's the idea. You kind of hear the 8-bit music. We try to make sure that
make it a little friendly.
It's a little for for everyone, or even a lot for one. So
right, because there are going to be some tryhards that come in, and you don't want to have them intimidate the families that are showing up. What's your favorite game?
My favorite game of
all time.
It's probably Madden.
Madden? Yeah. Wow, really? A Madden sports game?
I love Madden. Get it every year. I always say Madden should be game of the year every year.
Yeah.
It's a game that's consistently improving. Time after time, and delivers a great product to me each year. I mean, it has its nuances, some things you don't like, but I think that's with every game. But if you think of the pedigree of what Madden is, that's game of the year for me. Other than that, I love playing Assassin's Creed, Mass Effects. I like single-player adventures. And then most recently, I'm just all on Call of Duty multiplayer.
Makes sense,
Modern Warfare 2. I got 16 platinum or 16 gold guns. just got my second platinum gun, so I'm just trying to do those challenges.
What would you rate MW2 on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, what do you like and dislike about the game? Because you know that game's had a lot of controversy since release.
I don't know if like, so as a whole, I would say the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 experience, I would give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
But I would say that because of so many aspects of what makes up Modern Warfare 2, you can kind of rate things on an individual basis. So like Warzone, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10.
Sounds about right.
It's still kind of doing what Battle Royales do.
Yep. Still kind of in its alpha, it feels like, you know.
Really new. It seems like every time, you know, my Warzone has gotten better. It's come with updates. So just what they've done in Warzone 2, I know it can get better. So I give it like the gusto right from the start.
Yeah.
DMZ, that's where I think as a whole it gets the 9 out of 10. It gets that push. DMZ is a very cool take on what a game that people might remember, The Division. Attempted to do
or like Tarkov kind of.
More of their persistent world. Sort of take in a battle royale system. So I think DMZ is what elevates Modern Warfare 2 to the heights that it is. But then bringing back some of the traditional stuff that, you know, everybody loved about multiplayer, especially when it came back to one of my favorite multiplayers in Call of Duty, which was Ghost.
Ghost, you're a big fan of Ghost?
Yeah.
You don't hear that too often. It's either Black Ops 2 or MW2.
Yeah, and then you look at the original, the Black Ops 2, but you look at the original Modern Warfare's multiplayer as well. I think that's one of the times where MLG was at its heights. And I kind of see what they're doing with the multiplayer side of Modern Warfare 2 now, kind of bringing some of that. The tier 1 list is really cool. The maps are reminiscent of what you saw in the original Modern Warfares and in the Blops.
Right.
So it is really kind of bringing that whole competitive scene back to Call of Duty, and I think it's about that time. You know, all we get right now is Valorant and Fortnite. So I'm kind of tired of that right now.
Have you ever watched like the CDL, like the Call of Duty League that we got?
I watched CDL. My favorite, I had a blast watching Overwatch League. Those are always fun. But to see CDL have a product now that I think can push it past what Valorant and Overwatch have been doing, it's a plus for everybody.
Okay. Cool, man. I'm surprised. So no mention of Halo or anything from the Microsoft employee. No mention of Halo whatsoever.
Master Chief Collection was great. What they did with Infinite, I think it was a little overpromised. So
Halo 5.
Halo 5 was actually really good.
See, I'm not the only one that thinks that.
I love the ground wars side of it, the big battles. I like that side of it. I think it kind of suffered from the fact of the release back to back with Master Chief Collection. It really didn't bring anybody. It didn't give a reason for anybody to play 5.
Right.
Because you would just go back to the classics, which actually made sense.
Like it's a bad marketing tactic.
And I don't know if they did it on purpose or I just don't know why.
Why release a new title right after you just released a remake of old titles, basically?
And then even when they released a new title, I think it was literally like 2 months until they started talking about Word on Infinite. It's like, why are you talking about it already?
Right. Like, take your time, one game at a time.
And then they kind of did the same thing with Gears of War. I mean, Gears of War 4 was there, and then it was Gears 5. And all they was talking about, and that was another overpromise. So I think I'm kind of done with Microsoft shooters.
They're kind of dying a little bit. Cool, man. Well, I don't know if I have any other questions off the top of my head, but this is awesome. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Thanks for letting me do this. All right, so that was a lot of fun. We're probably going to call it a night here and head back on home so I can actually start working on this video. So I decided to get a few extra shots of the facility. Again, I want to shout out Larry and his staff for letting me walk through here with a camera and, be a little obnoxious, getting people's faces with it. Obviously, I asked for permission to do these things, of course, but this was a real treat. Like I said in the video earlier, being an Ohio-born native, having stuff like this is all just kind of new to me. I grew up on consoles. I didn't really grow up on PC gaming. Like, we obviously had a PC in our apartment or in our house, but I didn't have like the online aspect of it where you're playing multiplayer matches against other people and stuff. And obviously when I was younger, I didn't even know stuff like this was ever going to be, possible. We see all these great facilities being held by these great companies like 100 Thieves, TSM, optic gaming, and so on and so on. So to be able to go to something while not on those scales, you know, being able to go somewhere like this is just incredible. Thank you, Larry, for letting me come here. That was a very fun video, guys. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to leave a like on it, sub to the channel for more content, and I'll try to find more cool places like this to make future videos on, man. Shout out to Helena and her wife for telling me about this place. And yeah, man, had a blast. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.